What if I told you that improving by just 1% every day could transform your life in a year? Most people chase dramatic transformations. They want to lose 50 pounds, build a business overnight, or completely reinvent themselves in 30 days. And they fail, because massive change is overwhelming, unsustainable, and often unnecessary. The truth is, you don't need massive change. You need tiny, consistent improvements that compound over time. Today, you're going to learn the science of tiny changes and why getting 1% better every day is more powerful than any dramatic transformation. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how tiny changes lead to extraordinary results. Let's start with a simple but powerful calculation. If you get 1% better every day for a year, you don't end up 365% better, you end up nearly 38 times better. Here's the math. 1.01 to the power of 365 equals 37.78. That's not addition, that's exponential growth through compounding. Now look at the opposite. If you get 1% worse every day, by the end of the year, you decline to nearly zero. 0.99 to the power of 365 equals 0.03. This is the power of compounding. Small changes seem insignificant in the moment, but over time, they create massive differences. The problem is, we judge ourselves on daily results. I only improved a little today. This isn't working. But transformation isn't visible day to day. It's visible month to month, year to year. Think about it. Reading 10 pages daily seems like nothing, but in a year, that's 3,650 pages, roughly 12 books. Exercising 15 minutes daily seems trivial, but in a year, that's 91 hours of exercise. Saving $5 daily seems small, but in a year, that's $1,825. Tiny changes aren't just effective, they're the only sustainable path to major transformation. Before we go deeper into tiny changes, let's understand why dramatic changes don't work. Reason 1: willpower depletion. Big changes require massive willpower, and willpower is limited. You can force yourself for a few days, maybe a few weeks, but eventually willpower runs out and you revert to old patterns. Reason 2: identity conflict. When you try to change too fast, it conflicts with your current identity. If you see yourself as not a morning person, waking up at 5 a.m. every day creates psychological resistance. Your brain fights change that doesn't match your self-image. Reason 3: all or nothing mentality. Big changes create all or nothing thinking. You're either perfect or you failed. Miss one workout? I ruined everything, might as well quit. This mentality destroys consistency. Reason 4: lack of immediate feedback. Big goals take months or years to achieve. Without quick wins, motivation dies. Reason 5: unsustainable systems. Dramatic changes often require complete life overhauls, new schedule, new diet, new everything. This works temporarily, but collapses when life gets busy or stressful. Tiny changes avoid all these problems. They require minimal willpower, align gradually with identity, allow for imperfection, provide quick wins, and integrate seamlessly into existing life. James Clear popularized the term atomic habits, tiny changes that are the fundamental units of a larger system. The word atomic has two meanings. Meaning 1, extremely small. These habits are tiny, almost invisible improvements. Meaning 2, the fundamental unit of a larger system. Just like atoms are the building blocks of molecules, tiny habits are the building blocks of life transformation. Here's how atomic habits work. Instead of "I'm going to exercise for an hour every day," you start with "I'm going to do 1 push-up every day." 1 push-up feels laughably easy. But here's what happens. Day 1, you do 1 push-up. Success. Day 3, 1 push-up feels silly, so you do 5. Still easy. Week 2, 5 feels natural, so you do 10. Month 2, you're doing a full workout because the habit is established. The tiny change wasn't the end goal, it was the entry point. Once behavior becomes automatic, scaling up is natural. This is the genius of starting small. You're not building the habit of doing one push-up, you're building the habit of being someone who exercises. And that identity shift is what creates lasting change. The key principles are: make it so small you can't say no. Make it obvious, clear trigger. Make it attractive, immediate reward. Make it easy, minimal friction. When you design tiny changes with these principles, consistency becomes inevitable. Let's get practical. Here are specific tiny changes that compound into extraordinary results. Health and fitness. Drink 1 glass of water first thing every morning. Better hydration, energy, metabolism. Do 10 push-ups daily. Builds exercise identity, leads to full workouts. Walk for 10 minutes after dinner. Improves digestion, sleep, cardiovascular health. Replace one unhealthy snack with fruit. Gradual nutrition improvement. Learning and growth. Read 10 pages daily, 12+ books per year, exponential knowledge growth. Learn 5 new words in a foreign language daily, conversational fluency in a year. Watch 1 educational video during lunch, 365 lessons per year. Write 100 words daily, a book in a year. Productivity and focus. Start work 10 minutes earlier, 60+ extra productive hours per year. Turn off 1 notification, reduce distraction, better focus. Clean your desk for 2 minutes before leaving. Organized space, clear mind. Relationships. Send 1 appreciative text daily. Stronger connections, deeper relationships. Ask 1 meaningful question in conversations. Better understanding, intimacy. Spend 10 minutes of phone-free time with loved ones. Quality presence. Say thank you intentionally once per day. Gratitude habit, positive relationships. Financial growth. Save $5 daily, $1,825 per year automatically. Track 1 expense daily. Financial awareness, better spending decisions. Learn 1 financial concept weekly. Financial literacy in months. The pattern is clear. Tiny, specific daily actions that require minimal effort but compound dramatically over time.
One of the most powerful tiny change strategies is the 2-minute rule. The rule: when starting a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. Not run 5 miles, but put on running shoes. Not write a chapter, but write 1 sentence. Not meditate for 20 minutes, but sit on the meditation cushion. Why this works? Reason 1 eliminates resistance. Your brain doesn't resist 2 minutes. It's not threatening, so you start. Reason 2 shows up is the hard part. The hardest part of any habit isn't doing it, it's starting it. Once you put on running shoes, you usually run. Once you sit down to write, you write more than 1 sentence. Reason 3 builds identity. Even if you only do 2 minutes, you've shown up. You've reinforced the identity. I'm someone who exercises is true, even if you only did 2 minutes today. Reason 4 creates momentum. Tiny actions create psychological momentum. 1 small win leads to another. The 2-minute rule isn't about staying at 2 minutes forever. It's about making the entry point so easy that consistency is guaranteed. Once consistency is established, natural expansion happens. Here's the progression. Week 1 to 2, just do the 2-minute version. Build the showing up habit. Week 3 to 4, occasionally extend beyond 2 minutes when you feel like it. Month 2 to 3, 2 minutes naturally becomes 5, then 10, then more. Month 6, the full version of the habit is now your normal. But it all started with 2 minutes. The final key to making tiny changes work is track them. What gets measured gets managed. What gets tracked gets improved. But don't track outcomes, track actions. Bad tracking
lost 2 pounds this week. Good tracking, exercised 6 out of 7 days. You control actions, you don't fully control outcomes. How to track tiny habits. Method 1. Habit Tracker. Use a simple calendar or app. Mark an X every day you complete the habit. Your only goal, don't break the chain. Method 2. The paperclip method. Start with a jar of paper clips. Every time you complete the habit, move one clip to another jar. Visual progress is motivating. Method 3. Daily journal. At the end of each day, write, "Today I habit check." Reflection reinforces the behavior. Method 4. Accountability partner. Share your tiny habit with someone. Report daily or weekly. Social accountability increases consistency dramatically. The power of tracking isn't just accountability, it's celebration. Every mark, every clip moved, every check is a small win, and small wins fuel motivation. Over time, you'll have weeks, then months of consistent marks. That visual proof becomes powerful. You'll protect your streak. You'll show up even on hard days because you don't want to break the pattern. And that consistency is what transforms tiny changes into massive results. Transformation doesn't happen in dramatic moments. It happens in daily decisions. The choice to read 10 pages instead of scrolling social media. The choice to drink water instead of soda. The choice to do one push-up instead of skipping exercise entirely. These moments seem insignificant, but they're not. They're votes for the person you're becoming. And over time, those votes compound into a completely different life. You don't need to overhaul everything tomorrow. You need to improve by 1% today and tomorrow and the day after. That's it. Small changes, consistent action, time. That's the formula for transformation. Start today. Pick one tiny habit. Make it so small you